Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the OneStopWrestling podcast. I'm Alex, and I'm joined by the usual protagonists, Alfonso and Rohit. Alfonso, happy holidays. How are you this evening?
I'm very happy, very ready to talk about wrestling. I feel like we haven't done this in a while, but I'm very excited.
Yeah, me too. It has been a while, hasn't it? We've all been very busy over this holiday season, so it's good to be back. Rohit, happy holidays. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you guys?
Very well. We're ready to get stuck back in to some wrestling, as we've missed it for the past few weeks.
Yeah.
So this is going to be potentially our final show of the year, and we're going to be going through the One Stop Wrestling End of Year Awards. Now, we posted,
Ooh,
yay!
yeah.
It's our first ever one, so it's a big one. We posted all of these on Facebook, and all of the awards were chosen by you guys, the fans. So exciting, and thank you to everybody who voted. It means a lot, and yeah, it's your choice. All these awards have been the fans' choices, so
Yeah.
we will.
And if you're not part of the Facebook group, you one should be, and two, hopefully next year if we can somehow figure it out, maybe we'll expand it to other platforms too, if possible. But we'll see when we get there.
Absolutely, yeah. So yeah, without further ado, we've got a fair few categories to get through. In every category, we shortlisted about somewhere between 5 and 10 for each category. Fans could input their own votes as well, their own people they wanted to vote for.
Nominees.
That's the word I'm looking for, Rohit. Thank you. I'm a bit rusty. It's been a while.
It's all good.
So yeah, we'll get straight into it. So our first award is Male Superstar of the Year. So we're going to run down third place, second place, and first place for each one. So for Male Superstar of the Year,
Dun dun dun.
I'm trying to find it. I can't find it.
I think I kind of know what third place was. I think I know that. I think I know who third, second, and first was for that one.
Rohit, you can run it down then.
Okay, I could be wrong, but I think it was third place was Cody Rhodes. Second place, I believe it was MJF. And first, and Wrestling's Wrestler of the Year by the fans.
You are super wrong.
Oh, am
The
I?
third
Oh,
place was Roman Reigns. The
was
second
it?
place was MJF.
Oh,
And
so
the
Cody's
first
taking it.
place was Seth Rollins.
Okay, yeah. So I got two out of the three. I forgot Roman Reigns was on there. Probably
You're
because he's been
absolutely
away
right.
half the year.
You're absolutely right, Alfonso. Yeah, I've just found it. Seth Rollins with 42% of the vote. So it was a little bit of a dominant victory for Seth Rollins there. I mean, what do you think? Seth Rollins, Male Superstar of the Year?
Yeah,
Congratulations, Seth. Not that you're
like
watching or listening, but
He might be.
he might be. He might be.
for me, I think he had a wonderful year. Like he has done a lot of great work in the ring, and outside of it, I think as a first world champion, he has done an incredible work. Like his championship for me, sometimes it feels much better than Roman Reigns title.
Yeah, I think Seth has had an amazing year. He was top of the PWI 500 list as well. I don't think there's a better choice, really. I think he's almost carried the WWE on his back.
Yeah, and WWE right now is in a very great place, and I think a lot is because of him. Because Monday Night Raw was like a very weird show, like not really like a great show, but since he's a champion and he's like the star of the show, and you see Raw having all these different storylines, but still having this very strong main event, Raw has been great. So yeah, amazing Seth Rollins,
Yeah,
amazing.
good choice. And yeah, your male superstar of the year, Seth Rollins. So next category is female wrestler of the year. Now, I have these here, guys. There won't be any hiccups like last time. So, third place was Tony Storm. Second place was Bianca Belair. And it's pretty obvious, really. First place, with 50% of the vote, Rhea Ripley.
I'm going to go on a very controversial thing to say. I think Rhea Ripley was the performer of the year. Like if we put male and female together, I'm voting for Rhea Ripley in every single category. Like the work that she's putting on, like the character work, the faction of Judgment Day, the matches that she had, and everything around her. She's amazing, amazing. She's one of a kind, a Hall of Famer for sure, a main eventer of WrestleMania. Let's hope soon. And she's amazing, just amazing.
The
I
only
don't
knock
think
I
that's a
have.
controversial
Go on,
take,
go on.
really. I think that's a. I think a lot of people would say that, Alfonso.
Mm? Yeah. I
She's
think the only knock I have against her is that she doesn't really need the title to do everything that she has done. So they
I
could have
think,
used the
I think,
title
no,
to
no,
build
no,
someone
no.
else up.
I think she does. I think she does because right now, like you put her in a match with anyone, and you know she's going to win. She's going to win until you create this babyface story that is going to destroy her in the main event of WrestleMania or out or at WrestleMania. I think they're waiting to create this superstar. And I think we're going to see it at the Rumble. Maybe it's going to be a return. Maybe it's going to be Liv Morgan. Maybe it's going to be Sasha Banks even. But I think we're building till that crowning moment. But you need the title on her. You need the title on her because she's the authority in Judgment Day. She's the leader because of the title, because she's the women's title. And I think that's very important for her character to work.
Yeah, I do agree with you, Alfonso. Yeah, I think it's going to make the eventual person who dethrones her. I think it's going to make that moment that much bigger. Um,
Hmm.
and to be honest, Judgment Day probably wouldn't be anywhere near as compelling if Rhea wasn't in the group.
No, I think Rhea in the group is there and that needs to be there. I just don't think she needed the title, but
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. I mean, the scary thing about Rhea Ripley is she's 27 years old as well. She's got like another 10 years at the top at least, which is crazy. But right, yeah, congratulations, Rhea Ripley. So our next award is Tag Team of the Year. So in third place, we have The Acclaimed. In second place, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And in first place, with 42% of the vote, FTR. What do you make of this one? I think it's the obvious choice, isn't it?
I think it's the obvious choice, but I think it's very sad that the FTR are the first place and we don't see them enough in AEW.
Yeah.
That's my only complaint because I think this is the first award in these three categories that AEW has won over WWE. And it's because they're the best tag team wrestlers in the world. That's for sure. And FTR should be presented as a more important team in AEW. They should be having more matches. They should be main eventing. They should be having storylines behind them. That's one of my things with FTR is that we don't get a lot of promos with them, a lot of stories with them. Is always like we're the best team, let's fight the best team, and they just fight. We don't have like this storyline behind them, and I need more FTR in my life, in my wrestling, and in everything because they
Mhm.
are awesome.
It's the same thing every time since they've been there at AEW. It's we're really good, you're really good, let's fight. If there was a bit more development, like you said, Alfonso, maybe they could do some backstage promos, some video packages on them, just something to that's a bit different that gives them a bit more of an edge because they are the best tag team in the world, in my opinion.
I mean, I don't want to go into it, but CMFTR was a thing, but then Jack Perry came along and things happened, and yeah, that's the end of that, isn't it? So
But I want to ask you something, Rohit, because you are the New Japan guy in this team.
hmm
You like more the Japanese wrestling and think people are saying that AW is switching their wrestling style to that, just
yeah,
wrestling like the New Japan.
hmm
But I think that's a wrong statement to say because when you see Tanahashi, when you see the G1 Classic, when you see
yeah,
Okada and all that, you have amazing stories. The thing is that
100%.
people from this side of the world, we only see the big matches. We don't follow the
Yeah,
shows week by week, so we don't understand the stories. We get the gist of it because it's a really amazing storytelling inside the ring. But I think even New Japan has stories
yeah, they do.
behind those matches, and I think people that say wrong is fake. And
100%,
I
yeah.
think FTR doesn't just need great matches; they need great stories.
I agree, and that's why with the Continental Classic going on, it's like we're hoping, well, I'm hoping at least, that out of the tournament that you will get these storylines going forward because that's what generally happens. If nothing happens, even if it's like maybe like two storylines at least come out of this tournament, then I would consider that a success, really. And to be fair, I'm glad that they're going this route a little bit at least and trying because their mission at the start was to be more sports focused in the West, but they kind of never did that until kind of now. So it's interesting to see. But yeah, FTR, I think going back to topic, FTR deservingly um best tag team in the world. I do think so. I think right choice. But yeah, I do have to say, last time they lost in like properly, like after they lost the AEW tag titles in New Japan, they lost to Bishamon. So yeah, gotta throw that out there. But yeah, I think FTR deservingly wins.
Yeah, I think it's the right choice. Obviously, went off topic a bit there, but we could
Yeah,
talk about that sort of thing for hours and hours on
exactly,
end.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. I'm sorry. I'm
No,
sorry.
no, 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 no. But it's one of those things we could talk about that stuff for hours
Yeah,
because there's a lot to talk about. But
100%. That's why I tried to get back
yeah,
on topic.
but we'll move on. We'll move on to faction of the year. So third place we have the House of Black. Second place we have the Bloodline, and in first place with 38% of the vote we have Judgment Day. What do you think, guys? Faction of the year, Judgment Day.
Yeah,
I think it's fair. I think it's fair. Like
100%.
WWE had like last year was the Bloodline year. This year has been the Judgment Day year. Maybe next year is going to be Bobby Lashley faction finally kicking off. But I think it's very interesting how we're having like these big factions like every year, like having all the storylines behind them or around them, and that gives you like a nice place to start,
Yeah.
like a nice place to follow the program. Like I want to see what they're doing, and right now they have the Money in the Bank, They had Rhea Ripley. They had the storyline right now with R-Truth that is amazing,
Yeah.
and like it's so funny. That guy is the goat. That guy is the funniest
Our truth is
wrestler alive. Like he's amazing.
hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Slightly off topic again, or just for 1 second, if you indulge me. It's quite funny how AEW is doing a tournament that traditionally Japan, like Japanese promotions do, and then WWE are using factions, which again a lot of Japanese promotions use, and it's both working for the better. So I'm surprised it took both companies, well, WWE more so since they've been around for ages, to finally do something like that and to see that it can work for a Western product.
Yeah, I guess WWE has been booked by Vince McMahon for the last
Yeah.
10, 15 years. A very out of touch Vince McMahon,
Yeah.
who's had the authority faction and things like that, and it was just it was a chore to watch those. But yeah, they've definitely done
Mm,
better the last few years now.
yeah.
Triple H has taken over with the
And as
Bloodline and the Judgment Day, and
100%.
I think they're deserving winners. Yeah.
Yeah. And as wrestling history has kind of shown, if someone who's in charge stays there for too long and doesn't adapt, things fall apart. It happens to New Japan, it happened to All Japan, it happened to WWE clearly, and
Yeah.
CMLL and everything really. So yeah, but yeah, back on topic. Yeah, Judgment Day I think deserve. I'm surprised at the House of Black because while they're popular and I do like them, I don't know how. I don't think they've done as much as they could have, and they haven't been used as much.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know if they're deserving of the top three, but I can understand their popularity because I like them too.
I think we're again on that topic of misused talent in AEW, which we could go on for hours
Of course,
about.
yeah.
It's a similar thing to FTR, isn't it? Not many stories; they just kind of appear and do things.
Mm.
But they have a unique look, a unique entrance, and then they can be compelling if used in the right way. But I know what you mean, Rohit. Yeah.
Mhm.
Right. Next topic. Next award. Sorry, is Breakout Star of the Year. Now, number 3, third place, Swerve Strickland. Second place, Julia Hart. And first place, with a resounding 74% of the vote, is LA Knight.
Yeah. I knew that was coming.
That's a very. I think this is the controversial one, the hot take one,
Go on.
because I will not choose LA Knight as my breakout star.
Alfonso.
I think
I love LA Knight, but I will have chosen Dominic Mysterio.
See, Dominic was in the voting.
He
I
was.
can,
Yeah.
I can
he
try and
was.
find out where he came. But yeah,
I'm
interesting
assuming he
take.
was probably fourth.
What makes you
Yeah,
say
yeah.
Dominic, Alfonso?
because like if we see him like properly developing from each match and each year, it's amazing to see how much do they know how to use him in the ring. Like he's having the match with Randy Orton when he came back. He's going to have the match with CM Punk on the 26th of December at MSG. And the worst part is that I feel like Dominic Mysterio can still become a huge babyface like Eddie Guerrero. I'm pretty sure that he can make that jump if he wants to. Like imagine Dominic getting jacked, getting kicked out of the Judgment Day, and coming back, and he can finally be that Latino wrestler that WWE is still trying to find. Even though right now we have a lot of Latinos in WWE, I think it has been an amazing year for the Latino community in WWE. Like the Puerto Rico show was amazing with
Yeah.
Bad Bunny and everything. Right now, um, we have a lot of wrestlers like the LWO, Carlito, and it's very cool. Everything is very cool. I'm very excited about that, and I think it's because of the Latino thing that I want Dominic Mysterio as a breakout star.
He was fourth with 4% of the votes. I mean, it was an absolute landslide for LA Knight, really.
Yeah,
Um, I see what you're saying, Alfonso. Dominic has been arguably the best heel, the most natural heel in WWE
Mhm.
this year, but I don't think
Yeah.
it's hard to deny LA Knight here. He's at the start of the year, he was practically nothing. He was Max Dupree coming out of the maximum male models, and now
Uh,
he's practically a main event star now.
I'm. I mean, yeah, it
But
makes sense,
you
doesn't
have to
it?
crown him. That's the only thing. You have to
Yeah.
crown him.
I mean, personally, by default, I would kind of, for me, I would disqualify Swerve and LA Knight because I feel like for me, I've already seen them break down. I knew they were stars, so I would give it to
Exactly.
Julia Hart because, like, I mean, LA Knight, Eli Drake, TNA champion, former TNA champion, Swerve Strickland, Killshot, Lucha Underground.
Yeah, no,
Personally, but
and that's what I'm saying. Like if you
yeah,
really want to see a breakout star, like somebody that is new and is
yeah,
killing it, I think Dominic Mysterio is that breakout star. Like this has been his breakout star year.
I know what
Then
you mean. I know
yeah,
what you mean, guys. But I'm gonna stick with the fans here and say they made a good
yeah.
decision.
Of course, of course. My personal pick, though, would have been Elio the Dr. Wagner Jr., in my opinion. That would have been my personal pick.
and right now, like the most like one of the hottest thing in wrestling right now is Dragon Lee. Have you
Yeah,
seen the reaction that he's getting in house shows when he changes his mask with kids and everything? I think that's amazing.
He's done
yeah.
very well the last few weeks. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
NXT
Mhm.
North American champion now. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. Very nice, very nice.
yeah. Right. Next award is for match of the year. Some amazing matches this year. So really
100%.
difficult to narrow it down to just a few. But we have our match of the year. So third place was MJF versus Bryan Danielson from the Iron Man match from Revolution.
Hmm.
Second place is Gunther versus Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania. And in first place, with 31% of the vote, so it was a very close run thing, this one, is Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's Championship at WrestleMania.
And
Now, go on,
I
Alfonso.
I think that's it. Like when you see this award and you see what fans love this year, is that women wrestling can be amazing, and that Rhea Ripley is the performance to follow that. And that's it. Like those three matches are an amazing selection. Like if you have time, free time these holidays, go and watch them all together, one after the other, and you're going to have an amazing time and remember yourself why we love this wrestling stuff, because I think the three matches are amazing. And seeing Rhea Ripley against Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania, remember I was excited all the match. Like you got some very gnarly spots when you have Charles Flair facing down with his face and everything. It was an amazing match.
Completely agree. It was a brilliant, brilliant match. And probably my pick actually for match of the year. I would have gone for that or MJF versus Danielson, but Charlotte and Rhea absolutely tore the house down at WrestleMania. It's it may even be, the greatest women's match in WWE history. I know that's a big statement, but it really was that good. Um,
Okay.
Yeah.
you
Are
agree?
Um.
you are you happy with
Yeah.
it?
No, I think so. Like in terms of yeah, in terms of women's matches, I can't really think of like many better really. Like obviously you might have to look all the way to the 80s, maybe 70s for something on par perhaps. I'm not too sure of that. That's before my time really, but yeah, I would agree. It's a great pick for number one personally as well, yeah. I think it's just hard to choose. Like there's so many like great matches this year, and of course majority of the people in the group will obviously be watching WWE and AEW, so it's understandable. And yeah, I think it deserves to be up there, really. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, yeah, great choice from the fans. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, our next award is Best Weekly Show. So, in third place, we have AEW Dynamite. In second place is WWE SmackDown. And in first place, with 45% of the vote, was WWE Raw. I feel like this one may have been a bit more controversial. What do you think?
I personally think overall, I feel like SmackDown has been booked more consistently.
I agree, Rohit.
But
Yeah,
I think the reason why Raw probably won is like because of Rollins and Rhea, and then obviously the Judgment Day stuff. Whereas SmackDown, Roman has been away for chunks. AJ hasn't really been there as well recently. So Cody is also on Raw. So I think the main players are on Raw, and then obviously with the whole TV deal situation with Fox and SmackDown, it seems like they're putting the eggs into Raw for now. So it's because obviously the whole TV deal stuff. So I feel like SmackDown, in terms of star power and focus, has been lacking, but in terms of like booking, it's been the better booked show. If that
yeah.
makes
I
sense.
think SmackDown has been easier to watch, certainly for the
Yeah.
first half of the year as well, because you did have a lot of the bloodline stuff going on, which was
Yeah.
amazing, really. To be honest, to be fair to Raw, though, the last couple of months, they've been
Mhm.
fun shows to watch.
Yeah.
I haven't sat there and thought, oh, God, 3 hours of Raw to get through. It's gone along quite quickly, and they've been good shows to watch.
And I think that's an important factor to remember with a lot of these awards. If like there's someone listening thinking, "Oh, what about this thing that happened like in April or something?" People have short attention spans, so it's gonna be recency bias as well. But yeah, I
No,
do
but
agree.
I think it's also is not like a consistency thing. Is that what do you remember? What
Yeah,
were the big moments that happened in that show or
exactly.
in that show?
That's what I'm trying to say. I feel like SmackDown recently, apart from like Randy Orton and AJ returning, which literally happened like in the past 2 weeks. Uh, Before that, SmackDown, you haven't seen much like in terms of memorable stuff really, whereas Raw has had that more recently. So yeah.
But I don't think the thing is that like SmackDown is more a storyline show. Like you sit
Hmm.
down, you see two, three great matches, and you have a lot of storyline, a lot of talking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And Raw, even though it's 3 hours, you have a lot of things going on. Like remember that this year we have at Raw for a long while we had the Walter experiment with Walter and the IC title being
Gu-
the focus of the show, and that
Gunther.
was I'm sorry, Gunter. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm
I
it's.
sorry.
love it, Alfonso. Walter
I
supremacy.
used to do that all the time. Used to call him Walter. Yeah.
Oh no.
I mean, I
Uh
still do it. Just I force myself on
oh
podcast to
no.
call him Gunther and stuff.
Yeah, but I think the Gunter show for a while was amazing. Like just seeing
Yeah.
Chad Gable against Gunter at Raw has been amazing, and I think Raw is going to go into a really great place. I don't know in what network we're going to have Raw next year, but we have CM Punk there,
I do
and
hope they give Gunther someone new now. Like, I don't want to see him against the Miz again.
Well, that won't happen because Miz can't challenge for the title again now.
Oh yes, so hopefully
But
someone new
I
finally.
haven't mind I haven't minded seeing those matches though. They've been
Oh,
absolutely
I'm not
brilliant.
saying they were bad, not at all. Just I think it's time for him to have someone else. So I'm glad that they made that stipulation.
Yeah, but yeah, Alfonso's right. Gunther
Mhm.
has been a big,
Yeah,
big plus for Raw this year. Everything
it's
he's
what I
done.
said. Rhea, Judgment Day, Seth, Gunther,
Cody and now
Cody.
CM Punk.
Yeah,
yeah.
and
yeah, the thing
compared to the two Usos, you know, one has been clearly better on Raw, whereas the one on SmackDown, I feel like it's like he's there, he's doing some good stuff, but No one talks about him as much.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, good choice. Good choice. Monday
Yeah.
Night Raw.
Are we going to have Gunther against Brock Lesnar at Mania?
That's what I want.
Or are we going to have Gunther against Okada at Mania? Right.
I don't think either is gonna happen. I think Brock Lesnar is gonna potentially be on UFC 300, maybe.
We'll have to wait and see. Yeah. So our next award is pay-per-view of the year. So third place, our very first mention of New Japan Pro Wrestling in third place was Wrestle Kingdom 17. Second place was Survivor Series. And in first place, with 50% of the vote, was WrestleMania Night 1. What do you think, guys? WrestleMania Night 1 deserving of this one?
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. Like, I would have been upset if it was Survivor Series that one because one, I think recency bias, and two, I feel like if I asked anyone who watched it, what do you remember? People would say Randy Orton and CM Punk.
Yeah.
Which, if that happened on a Raw, for example, would that be the pay per view of the year, even though it's not a pay per view? So that could have happened on any like pay per view and made it like a special pay per view. So not saying Survivor Series was bad; it was still a good show. But at
Yeah,
least
but
I would say WrestleMania winning, at least that makes me a bit more happy than Survivor
Yeah,
Series winning.
and WrestleMania Night 1, I mean, we've already talked about it. Match of the
Yeah.
year, Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley.
Mhm.
We had,
but we also had Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn
I
against
was
the Usos.
just about to say
Yeah.
that, yeah, another amazing match
But
in the main event,
we also had the male wrestler of the year, Seth Rollins, against Logan Paul that night.
which was also a great match. Yeah,
Mhm.
We
Austin
had
Theory.
also we saw Trish and Lita fight that night also, and
And
that
and
those moments are amazing.
Ray
Yeah.
versus Dom as well, the Mysterios.
Yeah,
So
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, it's a strong choice, isn't it?
Yeah.
WrestleMania Night 1. So yeah, that's our pay-per-view of the year.
Mhm.
Next award is most shocking moment. So third place we have Adam Copeland's AEW debut. In second place, Cody Rhodes loses the main event of WrestleMania. And in first place, you probably guessed it, CM Punk returns to the WWE. And that was with 55% of the vote. So
yeah.
I think that's pretty obvious, really, isn't it? I watched Survivor Series without any spoilers, and I popped so hard. I'm not going to lie, and I was genuinely shocked. I didn't see it coming.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I think it's one of the most shocking moments in the history of WWE. I think they know it because of the number of views and number of social media
Mm.
impressions that moment generated. Like I was trying to order a CM Punk shirt from the store, and like to El Salvador, like the shipping cost is a lot and everything because we don't have it Amazon here or anything like that. So it's very
Oh,
expensive.
okay.
Ah,
But the thing is that I couldn't order it. It's only in pre-order state because they have too many shares being sold. And I think one of the greatest stats of this year is that for a while, like for 2 to 3 months, CM Punk was the best wrestling merchandising in Pro Wrestling Tees, AW store, and WWE store. The three different like big US merch stores, and he was number one in every single one of them.
which is crazy. It was all at the same time as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
And
And if you see CM Punk like the best 10 shirts in pro wrestling tees that you have AEW, you have a lot of wrestlers over there. He has
Mhm.
like 3 shirts, like from the like best selling shirt of the year. And I think that his moment and he coming back is like a injection to wrestling. You feel like it's important again. Dave Messler even said that right now because CM Punk is coming back, WWE is having more offers for his TV deal. So I think it's very
Yeah.
that's amazing, and it's very important that we still have competition. We still have like these moments because wrestling needs AEW, wrestling needs CM Punk back in wrestling, and we need more. We need New Japan to come back again and like I don't know, be better again.
Yeah. Love him or hate him. Most people talk about him and he makes money. It's as simple as that, really. And both of you probably won't be surprised to know that I am one of those people that has the new CM Punk WWE shirt. And if Craig was here, he would hate to know that I am actually wearing it right now. So,
Cue the SpongeBob meme. Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
oh,
No,
funny. So,
fair play, fair play.
yeah, CM Punk most shocking moment. I think that was pretty obvious. So,
Yeah.
next award is Booker of the Year.
Ooh.
So in third place, we have Tony Khan. In second place, we have Shawn Michaels. And in first place, with 63% of the vote, we have Craig's favourite, the Game, Triple H. Again, this isn't really surprising to me. I think most wrestling fans and WWE fans would say Triple H has done a great job this year. There were concerns at the start of the year that Vince was back and interfering, and we were thinking, oh, God, no, not this again. Vince is going to come in and change shows, change stories. But thankfully, Triple H just kept hold of the reins, and WWE has become a much more consistent product with storylines, character development. They don't tend to just miss things and just, there's no continuity to the shows. We have that back now. And yeah, I think he's fully deserving of the award. He's done a great job this year, and long may it continue.
No scrapping of stories that had some couple of weeks of build for it to do nothing and then do a 360 and nothing happens.
That's what I was alluding to with the continuity. Yeah.
I think
Melina.
I think one of the most cool things about the WWE product right now is that if you go and see the feud between Nakamura and Cody Rhodes, it's amazing to see that there's a story behind. They're telling us, the story about Nakamura against AJ Styles, and now we're showing you that's why he's going against Cody Rhodes and everything. And I think that's amazing. You have like, who is going to win the Royal Rumble this year?
Oh, I cannot wait for the Royal Rumble.
Exactly, because the storylines are very well created. Like,
yeah,
and
WrestleMania has WrestleMania 40 has the most buzz of any WrestleMania in years. So yeah, WWE are firing at the moment, and it's an exciting time. I have to say though, shout out to Scott D'Amore, who was in fourth place. I think he was probably worthy of a top 3 spot here. I think Impact has as well been a very consistently booked product over this past year.
I mean, I was under opinion since I know they're separate, but since NXT is under the WWE umbrella, I would have not put Sean in there, which meant Scott D'Amore would have made the top 3, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But no, he's done a good job too this year. So yeah, Booker of the Year, Triple H. So our penultimate award is Best Announced Team. So in third place, we have Kevin Patrick and Corey Graves. In second place, we have Excalibur, Taz, and Tony Schiavone. And in first place, we have Michael Cole and Wade Barrett with 57% of the vote.
Interesting.
Yeah, what do you think, Rohit?
The issue I feel like with the commentary, announcing, it's I like one half, but not the other half. Like Michael Cole he's consistent, but I like Wade Barrett. I don't like Patrick, but I like Corey Graves. So it's like what to do, what to do. But I think that all three of them, like all three teams that made the top three, have been like really good, have really done their jobs well this year, and I think not having Vince scream down like their headset really makes Michael Cole more tolerable this year, because normally he like regurgitates something so often that it like gets to a point where it really annoys you, and you're like,
Yes.
what's happened to the old Michael Cole? And now we're seeing that it's like it wasn't him, it was what he was told to do.
Yeah.
So I feel like that helps. But
100%. I think it's obvious Michael Cole has just been let off the leash, so to speak, and is just doing what his own thing basically. And
yeah.
I think Michael Cole is criminally underrated as an announcer. Personally, I think he does a fantastic job. He does have his haters, and people do find him intolerable sometimes, but he's a company stalwart, and he's been doing it for 25 years, and he's barely missed a day, and he does a great job. And Wade Barrett's coming into his own as a heel color commentator, so I think it's a good choice.
Yeah.
So our last award is the big one, Promotion of the Year. So in third place, we have Impact. In second place, we have AEW. And in first place, you won't be surprised to hear, with 63% of the vote, it's WWE. I think this is the right decision, right, guys?
Yeah. No complaints really.
Yeah, like
I think it's fair.
I think you have to see the pay-per-views of this year with WWE, the stories and everything. And I read a tweet that said it's incredible to see how many big baby faces have been created in WWE these days. And I think that's awesome, and I really I'm enjoying wrestling again, and I think that's incredible. Like, for a while I was like not sure about this wrestling thing after CM Punk left, after Collision became something weird, having MJF as a bland babyface, and I was trying to see where we're going with all this. And right now, as you said, the Royal Rumble is feeling amazing, and I think WrestleMania 40 is going to be one of the best WrestleManias in whole history.
Yeah.
I was seeing like if I could go to to WrestleMania. I was going to buy some tickets. They're fucking expensive, and now I understand why they have so much money to hire whoever they want, because they're fucking expensive.
Yeah.
But it's almost sold out, and it's amazing.
I'm
And
not
then you
surprised.
gotta sit up in the rafters where you can barely see anything. Yeah.
Yeah,
For
for
that
sitting in the
amount, I don't
rafters,
know.
like for sitting in the rafters, I prefer to see it at my home. You know.
Especially for that price, so then you can buy the pay per view for a lot cheaper.
But I was thinking about just
Mm,
imagine the product is so good right now. I was just
yeah.
thinking about flying to
Mm,
Philadelphia to stay there for the week, not going to WrestleMania, just seeing it at
yeah.
the bar over there, just to feel the atmosphere, just to
Um.
see it with people that love wrestling, because right now the product is
Yeah.
so fucking good.
It
And on
is.
top of that, you can watch other shows there, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna
Yeah,
be,
yeah.
since the pandemic stuff is all over now, we're gonna have like probably like Impact, other independent shows, maybe even AEW. I don't know. Have some sort of shows there, so you can see a lot of wrestling stars and meet and greets there. So that would be cool.
Yeah, you're right though, Alfonso. The product is really hot at the moment. There's so much buzz for Royal Rumble and WrestleMania
Yeah.
season.
Do
And
you reckon CM Punk's gonna win the Rumble?
do you know what, Rohi? I'm CM Punk's biggest fan. You both know this. Cody Rhodes should win the Royal Rumble. I'm going to say it. He should.
Again, he can.
Yeah,
Mm,
he should.
no,
For the
no,
story.
no.
He needs to finish the story, and
But
there's
he's
only
going to
one.
finish. No, but he's
There's,
going. No,
no, there's only one path to Roman Reigns, and that's by
There-
winning the Royal Rumble.
no. There are two paths to WrestleMania. You know that. And one is the greedy wrestler that's going to win the Royal Rumble. That's going to be CM Punk. And then you
The
have
other part is
the bloody path to WrestleMania is going to be the Elimination Chamber, and we're going to have Cody Rhodes bleeding out his life inside the Elimination Chamber match just to get to Roman Reigns, and we're going to have this shot of Cody Rhodes in the middle of the ring after Elimination Chamber, pointing at the WrestleMania sign while covered in blood. Like we're going to have that dusty, full of blood face just pointing the WrestleMania sign, and we're going to have those main events. Night one is going to be CM Punk versus Seth Rollins, and night two is going to be Roman Reigns against Cody Rhodes, and it's going to be fucking amazing.
Yeah,
I don't.
I think that's exactly what it's going to be. Yeah, and I agree, Alfonso.
I
Can't
think
wait.
Triple H is gonna be like, nah, and just have Orton beat Roman Reigns for the title.
He wouldn't be that stupid to blow all that money.
I mean, they're paying Randy Orton
Like no,
a
but
lot, isn't it?
let's be honest. They need to finish the Cody Rhodes
Yeah,
story
of
this
course.
year. If not, they're going to fumble the bag.
Yeah, and people won't be interested anymore. It
I
needs to
mean, if
happen
it's
at this
this year,
WrestleMania.
we only got a few days left, really.
Well, this you know what we know what we
I
mean.
know, I know.
WrestleMania.
Yeah, I know. The wrestling year, the WWE calendar year.
But yeah, promotion of the year WWE.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, I think AEW have struggled this year with
Yeah.
storylines. Obviously, ratings are kind of at a standstill. We've seen a lot of pictures of the empty arenas and ticket sales are down, and it's not nice to see. I do hope they improve next year and become or go back to what they were the first couple of years when they were so hot, because I feel like they've cooled off massively, and there are a lot of things that can be done in AEW to sort that out, and I just hope they do it. So
For me, they need to delete one of the shows.
yeah, I
For
agree.
me, they need to hire Ace Steel back.
He's never going back there, but
Nah, I'm just joking.
I mean,
But-
they fired their biggest money maker. So I mean, that's that something doesn't seem quite right there, regardless of
yeah.
what he did.
But
But
let's see what's going to go for next year, because I think Impact is the dark horse, and they can become again the second biggest wrestling promotion in the US.
I
And
mean,
if they play the cards right.
announcements. Yeah, they've been making announcements like, what you call it? I I think Osprey will be appearing on one of the first TNA like major shows. I think it's Snake Eyes. Okada will
Yeah.
be appearing on there. Vikingo will be appearing on there as well.
yeah,
And
I
they've
mean,
signed Trent Seven and Kushida, so they're making some moves.
it's
And apparently they're getting like a big name. We don't know yet what the big name is, but apparently they're going to get a big name. And I think let's be honest, one of the biggest names that they can hire right now is going to be or Mustafa Ali or Dolph Ziggler.
Thing is, I don't think it's gonna be Ziggler because I feel like AEW has that in place. But I think Mustafa Ali could be the one. I think he could be that like big match kind of wrestler that they haven't had for a while.
But
So
let's be honest, having Okada with Motor City Machine Guns in the same match is going to be amazing.
yeah, 100%.
I mean, look, guys, it's a great time to be a wrestling fan right now.
Yeah.
So much to look forward to in 2024. That's it. That's all our awards.
Yeah,
We will do the same again next year. So let's hope 2024 is a cracking year in wrestling. I can't see it being
yeah.
anything but, really.
and just enjoy wrestling really. And if you are someone that just like mainly sticking to one promotion or two promotions, and I'm not saying watch everything, and if you can't, obviously it's time, people got other things to do, but if you can, just explore, watch anything you can find, even if it's just a match, a random show, local promotion. Just have fun, look what's out there, expand your horizons, and enjoy wrestling.
Yeah, completely agree. Everything out there, every promotion is it's
Yeah,
all good for wrestling.
for sure, 100%.
So yeah, thank you guys so much for this evening. I'm going to say a
Yeah.
big thank you to our Facebook fans who voted for every
Yeah,
single award. We really appreciate it, guys. Your input is valuable to us, and it means a lot.
for
And
sure.
yeah, great job picking all the awards. So that's it for this year, probably.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas and happy holidays, Alfonso.
Merry Crisis. And and
Um,
and, and also I want to do a self shout to myself,
Mhm.
because I'm having my birthday on Friday, and I'm going to see a lot of wrestling on Friday. I have like my little like 10 matches that I'm going to see on Friday. And I'm going to see the CM Punk Samoa Joe trilogy from ROH, and also the match at Wembley with AW.
Oh,
and
okay.
and I think that what Rohit said is very important. Just enjoy wrestling. Like, you don't need to be like a WWE fanboy or a
Yeah.
AW fan hard, or only New Japan obscure matches like Rohit. Like like it's okay to
Yeah,
watch everything, and you don't need to be like choosing sides right now. Just enjoy, have an amazing holiday, and enjoy your family.
for sure,
well,
100%.
well said, Alfonso. Happy birthday.
Yeah,
Um,
happy birthday, Alfonso. Yeah.
for this week coming up, yeah, and have a great Christmas, guys.
Hmm. Yeah. Happy
Happy
holidays.
holidays, and
And if
we'll
we don't see people, we'll see each other. Happy New Year as well.
yeah, happy Christmas, happy New Year to all our fans as well. And
Yeah.
like Rohit said, if you haven't, please follow us on Facebook. You're missing out on so much good content, obviously.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll see you in the new year, guys. Thanks so much for this evening, and take
No
care.
problem. See ya. Goodbye.
Ciao.
Yeah. Bye
Bye.
bye.